Hey guys, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Today I wanted to show you something really useful that you can do in your own garage to prevent a trip to the tire alignment shop. So we're going to do a toe-in alignment. Now this is the same Volkswagen that was here for the fuel pump relay case study, and it runs since I replaced the fuel pump relay, it runs great. No more check engine light, so that's always good to know. Now in this case, the customer complaint was, it was severe brake pulsation, especially going down a hill. So we did the front rotors and pads here, pretty straightforward. And then the other complaint was it was pulling to the right, and to keep it straight, the steering wheel, is cocked to the left. So in that case, we definitely suspect some front end alignment issues. Now I also did a tire rotation, since the tires that were on the front, I put them on the back. You can see that, well, they're pretty bald. I guess they're kind of, the generic brand tire, but they're worn more on the inside than the outside, both of them. So that tells me, again, a front end alignment issue. So we swapped the tires, and I found the right front wheel was actually bent and missing the balance weights. They kind of came unglued and were just hanging out. So tire rotation, and the last step here is a front end alignment, specifically the toe-in, which on most cars that's the only alignment you can perform. There's camber and caster, but the toe-in is what really matters if you want to save your tires and keep your car going straight down the road. Now this method I learned from my late grandfather in Russia many years ago. So I just wanted to share that with you, and hopefully someone will find this useful. Now first step is to get your steering wheel straight. So just eyeball it so it's straight, with the dash there. And then the setup, I'll show you what equipment we need, and then the setup. So the only things you need for this job is 2 spools of kite string, a couple jack stands, 13mm wrench, and an adjustable wrench to get the tie rods loose, the jam nut. So if those are really rusted on, you'll have to take the wheels off. So I did that while I was doing the brakes. And then, and that's it. And also you'll need a ruler. Here I have a plastic ruler, which I trimmed the end so I can put it right up against the tire, and it'll show me, a very precise measurement down to a 1/16 of an inch, which is as good as the tire alignment shop will get it. Now this method, I've aligned cars and taken them to the shop and they were dead on, so I know that the accuracy is, as good as you want it. So once you have the string here, I just use binder clips. Clip it to a convenient location on the back. Make sure it's stretched right in the center of the wheel. And then in the front here, you just put it on the jack stand, raise it up to a level where it's also level with the front wheel. So see here, it's a little high, so you can just drop it down a smidge. There we go, that's right in the middle. Keep it tight. Now as we move the jack stand closer to the vehicle, you'll see the string approaching the tire right here, and also on the back side of the tire. Now ideally on a front wheel drive vehicle we want 0 toe-in. So the string should touch the back and the front at the same time. Now that's obviously assuming that you don't have some monster racing slicks on the back where your tires aren't, your wheels aren't in the same line. But this is, you can get this pretty well parallel here to the vehicle. And now we look at our string and wait until it touches the front or the back. Whichever one touches first, You stop the jack stand right there. You take your ruler, and you measure between the tire and the string on the side that it doesn't touch. Now on this side, I already adjusted the tie rod end, so it's actually perfect. See, it's touching here and here at the same time. Now let's look at the other side, which I haven't adjusted yet. And here we see the string touches the front of the tire first, and it's kind of difficult to show this on the camera, but right there it's touching, but on the back there's a gap, and we measure that gap with our ruler. So put the ruler flush against the tire and look at the reading on the string. So see, it's about 2/16 on the back of the tire, so it's negative 2/16 of an inch towed out, and we want it to set it to neutral, to 0/16. So all we need to do here is get our tools out, and the jam nut's already loose. We just take our 13/16, or 13 millimeter. That's the most common size for the inner tie rod end. And in this case, we want to move the wheel that way. Okay, so we need to increase the length of the tie rod since it's behind the axle here. So I'll just do that real quick, and you'll see the wheel actually straighten out. Alright, so first we take our adjustable wrench and loosen up that jam nut. Now take our 13 millimeter. We want to turn this inner tie rod end in, right? So I guess it would be counterclockwise if you're looking from this side, and in that case the jam nut will want to tighten up on its own, so you'll have to either keep a wrench on there or, you know, kind of counter the direction of the tie rod. So let's see here. And on some cars this is obviously more convenient than others. Here we go. So we're turning the tie rod end in. So for 2/16 of an inch, that's about, oh, maybe half a turn up to a full turn of the tie rod end. And don't go too far. Then you'll want to check if your steering wheel is still straight. Now go back to our jack stand. Again, move it in so it touches the front of the tire. So we're already really close. So I'm measuring here, we're down to about a 1/16 of an inch. And when you adjust one wheel, the other one might shift just a hair. So let's see, that one is still looking really straight. Yep, I like that. So this one is still towed out a hair, so we'll continue bringing that tie rod in. Maybe another half turn. Okay. Well, you get the idea. So after all is said and done, on a front wheel drive vehicle, we want the towing to be neutral. On a rear wheel drive, usually tow it in just a hair, maybe a 1/16 to an 1/8 maximum. And that's all there is to it. So next time when you're changing the tie rod end, or after you hit a curb or something, your steering wheel's crooked, just go ahead and do your DIY toe-in alignment and save yourself a couple bucks. It only takes, I don't know, maybe half an hour at most with all the setup, and depends on how rusted on those jam nuts are. But hopefully you enjoyed that. Thanks a lot for watching.